Nicole felt a wave of OMG, I messed up, regret, spotting Ella's tiny shoes left in the car, which reminded her of Ella's hilariously sweet smile and that dreadful clock. Ella felt lonely like a snowball, Nicole gone, so she walked barefoot over cool tiles, hitching as she asked the front desk for a ride. Suddenly, the bell of a mysterious phone labeled "No Call" rang out. Nope, really, there was a no call phone. The next day, the sun shone bright in a cloudless sky, even the little birds were singing hey there. The world indulged in a warm, hopeful spot as they journeyed home again. But this time it was different. Nicole took on her boyfriend, duties like a hero, her eyes sparkling within the superhero energy, ready to protect her. At the service station, she clutched Ella's hand tightly as if saying, getting lost is scarier than dropping my ice cream. She took out her last coins, letting Ella shop freely, as the rumor of janitors abducting girls was more famous than a horror film. Their movements had already come under the close scrutiny of the police. Confronted with this pressing situation, they had to make a hasty escape, whereas Ella had absolutely no clue about it. When she saw the police hot on their tails, she smiled and waved at them, as if saying, "Hey, officer, is there a reward for catching me?" Nicole made a sharp turn, successfully shaking off the cops, who vanished into the night. Finally, they found a forest to crash in, but just as Nicole was drifting off into sweet dreams, Ella woke her up like a morning alarm. Nicole was startled awake, rushing into the bathroom like she just got 10 years younger, while Ella calmly opened the car. Faced with car-searching police, Ella spun an exciting lie, claiming her boyfriend hid in bushes, and the cops spotted it. Cops rushed in towards Ella, yanked car keys and tossed them far. Nicole thought, she's sharp. Nicole was baffled, thinking, why? If you get caught, we can't be together. This sparked Nicole's doubt about the mental hospital director's judgment. How could a smart, lovely girl be mentally ill? For days, they chatted about the road by day and shared thoughts with cicadas at night in the RV. As time passed, Ella's love for Nicole became as syrupy sweet as a whole bottle of sugar, craving intimacy with. However, Nicole only replied with a smile, a warm and genuine expression sweeter than any little girl's. She might have dumped Ella's affection before, but now her feelings had deepened immensely. Then they headed to a cheerful amusement park, where Ella screamed echoed high as they joyfully slid down the slides. Before the giant Ferris wheel, trying Ella's first-time snacks, they hopped onto the carousel, feeling like they walked into a bestseller of a fairy tale. As the carousel spun slowly, all worries seemed to vanish like bubbles, and after the day's craziness, Ella realized she had hopelessly fallen for Nicole, passionately declaring, "This day is nothing short of miraculous." The next day, she still couldn't forget the joy from yesterday, cruising down the highway while Ella gazed out the window like a kid in a candy store. In her heart, dreams about their shared future danced like vibrant colors, but fate hid an act for ruining beautiful expectations. Nicole received another call from the director, warning it was time to return Ella to the hospital, or they'd be facing the lock-up disaster. Reluctantly, she promised to send Ella back to the hospital, but Ella just happened to overhear this promise. Ella mistakenly thought the dependable Nicole was about to ditch her, and she felt utterly crushed. In despair, she jumped back into the car and started the engine, her tears spilling like a broken string of pearls, crying and blaming. Her emotions spiraled out of control, speeding up until she crashed into a nearby shipping container. Luckily, Ella wasn't hurt, and Nicole decided it was time for a deeper chat with Ella. Ella began to sleepily recount her story with her mother. "Since that day, I've hardly stepped outside." Because her mom always said staying at home is the safest bet, and often talked to herself, even shouting out of nowhere. This confused and scared Ella, but one night her mother's screams echoed all night long. The next day, Ella cautiously stepped out of her room, discovering her mom had lost her pulse. At this moment, Nicole felt she discovered the truth of the universe. Ella had never hurt anyone. In fact, the one who truly suffered from mental illness had been her mother all along. And furthermore, Ella mistakenly believed that her mom's passing away was her fault for not being able to successfully save her. Now I really can't go back anymore. I don't know where I'll be, and no one knows where I am now. Nicole gently kissed her, a loving farewell, while Ella's tears betrayed her unwillingness to part. They gazed into each other's eyes, as if forgetting the world around them and losing themselves in each other's needed presence. But the unwillingness and determination in their eyes spoke louder than words. In the end, Nicole was sent to jail. The news quickly reached her mother, who desperately hoped her husband would bail Nicole out. Yet, he seemed hesitant. She snapped, "Jason, you were her biggest supporter. But who actually locked her up? It was your father." Her words hit home like a tidal wave, moving her husband deeply. Finally, he chose to step up and bail Nicole out. The moment Nicole stepped out of jail, she shared a distant gaze with her father, all barriers instantly evaporating. Nicole didn't dare waste time and hurried off to the hospital to find Ella, but the director coldly turned her away. In fact, the director warned that if she persisted, she'd end up back in jail, but Nicole wasn't going to back down. Remember to like and subscribe for more hilarious updates.